And you don't have to feel like you need to answer every question. If you want to, you can. But some kids get uncomfortable answering every single question. So you can just be silent and I'll wait for about 3 seconds and then I'll answer the question. All right. So first, I'm going to go to your course. You can see what it looks like. It's this one. And I am going to show it to you as a student. You pick a kid that doesn't have a picture up. No, there aren't any. So Io, is it okay if your picture is up there?
Okay.
All right, yeah. So that they won't see it much, just there. Okay, so this is what your landing page should look like. You do have to come to class both Monday and Tuesday, or you have to do something Monday and Tuesday and Friday. If I told you different last week, I was wrong. Okay, so here's the list of stuff you're doing. And what we're doing right now is rhythm. So you can either click here or you can click there. Come on. And then go to rhythm. It's the same either way. All right, down here, this is some training sites for kids that really don't know what the heck all this is. It's brand new. They want to see more stuff. These are some rhythms for you to practice performing, and so are these, and so are these. This is the test you will eventually take over what we're going over today, but like it says, don't take it yet. It's not even accepting submissions, but you can look at the test so you can see what the questions are, and actually you'll see them in this presentation as we go, because they are built into this PowerPoint. So this is what we're going over right now. All right. You should see rhythm, values, and identification. 4th grade. I'll explain the 4th grade in a minute, but if you can't see that, let me know right now. The reason that it says 4th grade is that in all our music classrooms across the district, all this stuff should have been taught by 4th grade, and this is the class 4th grade kids take. And we don't go up to 5th or 6th or 7th or 8th because it gets so difficult. Some kids in 7th grade band really don't know anything. I mean, like, you know, you're going to have kids in there that know nothing. And so we're not going to go past 4th grade for rhythms. We'll go past 4th grade for notes and for capability and all that, but probably not for rhythm. All right, so this is one of the tricky ones. If anybody knows the answer to this, you can just shout it out. What is the combination of long and short sounds and silences?
Rhythm.
Rhythm is right. And just remember, we're studying rhythm right now, okay? So rhythm is what we're doing. Good job. All right, yeah, it's a fancy dancy way of defining rhythm. The answer is B. All right. First, we're going to look at some real rhythm, some real music, because it's actually easier to tell what things are by looking at real live music. Some students, and it's okay if they don't know this, but they need to learn it fast, don't even know what a staff is. They don't know what bar lines are. They don't know what a measure is. So just real quick, take a look and just count how many staves, how many staffs are on the page. If you know, you can say, or you can just remain silent. There are 4. There are 4. Here's one staff. It's the 5 lines. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. All right, next question. Just in this first staff, how many measures are there?
4.
4 is right. It's a box of music from here to that bar line, from there to that bar line, from there to that bar line. And actually, this is also a bar line. It's a repeat sign, but it counts as a bar line. Okay, some kids won't know that. Some kids won't know the
staff again.
Say again. The staff is the 5 lines. There's 1. There's 1. Sometimes for percussion, they only write 1 line because you're just hitting a drum. They'll still call it a staff. All right. Oh, how many beats are supposed to be in each measure, at least to begin with?
4.
4 is right. Now
4.
that'll change. That'll change later. There can be 2. There can be 3. There can even be 12. But to begin with, we're just going to say there's always 4 beats in a measure. All right. And do you know how to tell a note from a rest? It's easy to tell when you know the secret.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you tell?
The hat trick. The one that's in the bottom, one's on the top.
Nope.
And
You're talking about.
They're different, like, they're different, whatever it's called.
they don't have dots, like the dots
Yes.
in the bottom.
If it doesn't have a note head, they call it a head, like a person. If it doesn't have a note head, it's not a note. So this is notes. That's not, that is, that's a note. It has a note head.
A whole note.
That is a whole note. Good job. All right. So if you don't know that stuff, get up to speed and learn that stuff. Okay. All right.
A whole note doesn't have a head.
Yes, it does. It doesn't have a stem. Where did we see it? Right there. That's a head.
Oh,
This up and down thing, like on a flower, it's called a stem. That's a stem. A whole note does not have a stem, but it does have a head. A whole rest doesn't.
oh,
That's a whole rest. It does not have a note head, but a whole note does. That's all it's got. It's like the bodiless head. All right. Thank you for jumping in there. Here's the actual first real question on the test. What is this? If you know, you can say.
whole note. I mean, quarter note.
It is a quarter note. It's a quarter note.
Quarter note.
And how many beats?
One.
One is right. Okay. So here they show, okay, this is the round. That's the head. I don't teach that that's the stem, but you can know that. And then the cross beam for like eighth notes goes across. And on some eighth notes, there's a flag. But all you need to know right now is the head. So these are notes. These are rests. All right. Now, if you look at real music, after a while, you can hear it just ask how many notes and how many rests. If you already know, you don't have to do that there. Okay. You can go through that yourself. Okay. Now, here's how you know. There's different ways to know that that's a quarter note and it gets one beat. Here's one way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a whole measure, right? Beats and counts are the same. So that's 4 beats. So that is a whole measure. This note up here, how much of the measure does it take up? The whole measure. So it's going to get 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. How much of the measures does this take up?
2 beats.
Out of 4. What's 2 out of 4 called in a fraction?
1/2.
1/2. You reduce it from 2/4 to 1/2. There you go. That's a half note. This is a half note. Okay. This one, it's half of a half. What's that?
1 out of 4.
Which is also called
1/4.
quarter. 1/4 and 1/4 mean exactly the same thing. If you think about $1, how much is a quarter worth? 1/4 of that. Quarter means 1 out of 4. It means 1/4. So each one of these gets 1 beat. And because they each get 1 out of 4, they're all called quarters. These are eighth notes. They're half of quarters. All right. So there it is. There are the quarter notes. They each get 1 count. There you go through the math. Now, if you look at it in real music, it's easy to tell. There's 4 of them there. They each must get 1 beat because they're all the same. 1 out of 4 is called a quarter. They're quarter notes. They get 1 beat. Now, some kids don't realize if you turn it upside down, it's still a quarter note. That's not true with rests. That's not true with letters. If you take a D, well, let's take a B. If you take a B, a lowercase b, small b, and turn it upside down, what is it? It's a P.
A B.
Right? Now, if you take a lowercase b and turn it upside down, you get a P. If you take a lowercase d and turn it upside down, you get a Q. But all the notes, it doesn't matter if they're right side up or upside down. They are still the same. Let's see if I can find some upside down ones. All right, here we go. There's an upside down quarter note. It's still a quarter note.
I have a question. Are we going through the whole 107 slides today or no?
Yep. But a lot of them I'll go pretty fast. How far are we through already?
17.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. It's going to take a while. I am recording it, so you can come back to it later if you want. And this whole thing is on the website, so you can go there and get it yourself. Okay. So that is a quarter note. It's 1 beat. All right. What's this?
A half rest.
It is a half rest. How did you know? How did you remember? Because a whole rest and a half rest look almost the same.
A hat.
The hat. Yes. A lot of teachers teach that in elementary. It looks like a hat. Now, if you have it upside down, it still looks like a hat, but I call it, it's an upside down hat. I call it something else. So if it's half out of 4, how many beats is it going to get?
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4 is a half. Exactly. Here's a rest chart. It's just like a note chart. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. This half rest gets 2. That half rest gets 2. So half notes get 2. Half rests get 2. Now, a lot of kids say, oh, there it is. It's right there. No, that one's upside down. In rests, it matters. In notes, it doesn't matter. Right side up, upside down doesn't matter. With the rest, it does. Because this one is a half rest. This one is a whole rest. That matters. There it is. So we said already, it gets 2 beats. Now, when you look at it in real music, it's easy to figure out. What beat is this? Well, that's beat 1. This is beat 2. So this has to be beat 3, 4. It has to get 2 beats. Okay, here's where it says be careful. Upside down, it is not a half rest. You know it's not a note because it doesn't have a note head. All right, there it is. That's the math again. That's 1, that's 2, so that has to be 3, 4. So it is a half rest, and it gets 2 beats. And yeah, a lot of kids say it's a half rest. It's half. Yep. All right, what's this?
8th note.
Yeah, it's 2 something.
It's an 8th note.
There's 2 notes. It's not an 8th note. It's 2 8th notes. That's one. That's the other.
Oh.
Okay, that is 2 8th notes. Point, point.
And it's 1 and.
Yes, it is. First, really look at it. How many notes are there? 2 of them. Has to be 2 8th notes. All right. How many beats does it get? Trick question.
1 beat.
One beat is right. That's exactly right. You guys know what you're doing here. And it's because they go by so fast. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So there it is. And see, you can put 8 of them in a measure. This is also an 8th note. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can put 8 in a measure. So they can't like get each one beat. That'd be 8 beats. No, you can only have 4 beats. It's very tricky. Almost everybody says it's got to get 2 beats. There's 2 notes there. No, it only gets 1. And if you look at it in real music, you can figure that out. That's 2 beats. That's a beat. So that's 3. I can only get 1 beat. Now, how to clap it, you both probably know, but I'm not going to go into that for kids that don't know because it's more confusing for them. But yeah, Io, you said it right. 1 and. Okay? So that explains all that. 2 8th notes equals 1 beat. If you're new at this, remember that. 2 8th notes equals 1 beat. It is a trick. There it is on the chart again. All right, what's this?
A rest, quarter rest.
It is a quarter rest, right? We already talked about half rest, and we mentioned briefly whole rest is a half rest upside down. That is a quarter rest. Now,
So
quarter,
is it 1/4 rest?
what does quarter mean?
1/4 out of
1/4.
1 out of 4. So how long does it last?
1.
1. Lasts 1 beat. And there it is. Quarter rest lasts 1 beat. That's
like a
all.
quarter cent. Like a quarter cent.
Say it again.
Like a quarter cent.
Like a, yeah.
Like 25 cents.
A quarter of a dollar. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's 1 beat. And again, in real music, you can see, okay, that gets 1 beat. 2 8 notes get 1 beat. So that has to get 1 and that has to get 1. And 1 out of 4 is a quarter. So it has to be a quarter. It's not a note. It doesn't have a note head. So it has to be a rest. It gets 1 beat. It has to because, you know, there's 1 beat, there's another. So that has to get 1, that has to get 1. 1 out of 4 is a 4. So it has to be called a quarter. It is a quarter rest. All right, now let's do some math. Does the math add up? I already said this was 4 beats. I said that was 4 beats. Now this is very tricky. Is this 4 beats? Actually, it is.
1 and 2 and 3.
Yes, it is.
These are still
think.
8 notes. Yes, that's 1 and, that's 2 and, that's 3, that's 4. So that adds up. Is this
Why is it upside down?
because they're high notes. Mia mostly sees stems up because she plays way up high. Like trumpets and stuff usually play down lower, so they're down low.
Okay.
All right, this first one here, does the math add up there? Is that 4 beats?
Yes.
Yes, it is. 1 and 2, 3, 4. How about the next one? Does that add up to 4?
Yes.
Mia, what do you think?
What'd you say?
Does that add up to 4 beats?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. 1, 2. Yeah, it does.
No, it does
Yeah.
not.
Wait, which one?
Almost everybody, they go
Which
1, 2,
one?
3, 4.
Which
No, that's
one?
1 beat. That's the second
The
beat.
top one or the bottom one?
This one,
Yeah.
the bottom one.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, that's
Oh, I
only
thought you
three
meant the
beats.
top one. It's
Yeah,
really
same.
good.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, that's only 3 beats. Okay. What I did was I took this sort of thing and I clipped off the first 2 eighth notes. So
Why?
that's 1 and 2. That's 3. Where's 4? The math does not add up. Okay, the bottom one now. Does that math add up?
Yeah, it does.
Yes, it does. A lot of kids will go, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not right. That isn't right. 1, 2, and
2 and 3.
3, 4.
4.
That actually
I'm
adds
confused
up
about
correct.
the top.
All right. Now this is super easy, even if you don't know anything.
Dotted half note.
Yeah, it's a note with a dot. The only option is a dotted half note. Duh. You might not know how long it lasts, but you can figure out, well, it's a note with a dot. The only dot word over here is B. It's a dotted half note.
3 beats. 3
Beats
beats.
is right. It's a dotted half note, and it gets 3 beats. Now, this is trickier until you see it in real live music. Here it is. That's 1 beat. That's the only other thing in the measure. It has to get 3
Can't
beats.
see it.
It's 3 beats long. Here it is again.
I
There's
can't see it.
Say it again.
Now we can see it.
You can see it. Okay. So yeah, that's just 1
Wait,
beat.
mute yourself because I'm gonna go on a rampage.
Okay.
Oh God.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
That's 3 beats. That's
I'm
the
so
point.
sorry.
Bruh.
Mia, why do you say you like beer? That's bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Okay.
Alameda.
Yeah. Facts.
This is easy to
Hello.
figure out what it is because this is a
How
dotted.
did
Hey guys, come on! I'm recording this. Don't confuse kids that don't know what's going on. Okay, so if this is a dotted half note, what's that?
It's a half note.
It's a half note. Half note without a dot is a half note. Yeah. Now think about what half means. Half of what? Half of 4. So how
A
long does it
measure.
last?
1/2.
No.
Number B.
Two.
It lasts
2 out of 4.
beats. 2 out of 4. Again, in real music, it makes perfect sense. Like this one right here, the middle one. That's 1 beat. That's 1 beat. So this must be the other 2. And 2 out of 4 is half. All the half note gets 2 beats. Here it is in the chart. Takes up half the measure. Gets 2 beats. 2 of them go into a whole note. The half note. There it is again. Same thing. Just going through it again. Shows all of that. Yeah, 2/4, reduce that, you get a half. There it is again in the chart. All right, we know it's a half note. That's the dotted half note, so that's a plain half note. And by the way, the dot adds 50%. A dot next to a note makes the note longer by 50%. So a half note is 2. 50% of that is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. That's why the dotted half note gets 3. But all you have to remember, it's a dotted half note. The dot makes it longer, so it's not 2 anymore. It's now 3. All right, so that's a half note. All right, what's this?
Whole note.
It's
Is a whole
number
note.
A.
Yeah, my kindergartners and first graders used to go, oh, I get it. It's a whole. Yeah, that you don't spell that whole with a W. It is a whole note. How many beats does it get?
4.
It's
Yeah, it gets the
number
whole
B.
measure.
4.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
right.
gets 4 beats.
Number
No, 4
B.
beats. Never mind.
D, 4 beats. When you see it in real live music, it's super simple. They put it in the front of the measure. There's nothing else in the measure. It has to get 4 beats because it takes up the whole measure. There it is in the chart. Whole note gets all 4 beats. They call them counts here in this chart. Beats and counts are the same thing. It's a whole note. On the original, this was a smiley face. It also looks like a whole. Yeah, that's what the little kids used to say because they didn't know how to spell whole correctly.
I can spell either. Don't worry.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, spelling doesn't come up on this. I'm not going to give you a spelling test. All right. What's this?
Wait, so is this a math
Whole
test?
rest.
It's number B.
Wait a minute. Who said wait? What's the question?
Whole rest.
No. Somebody else. They had a question.
You said isn't a writing test, so is it a math test?
Well, it's kind of a math test because you have to be able to figure out half and quarter. But the questions you're seeing here are actually the questions that are on the test.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me show you one. Okay, so question number 15 on the test is how many beats does it get?
4.
Yeah. Question number 14 on the test is what is it? It's a whole
8.
note. So yeah, if you look for the numbers up in the corner, those are the actual test questions. So it's not really a math test. You don't have to say what half of 17 is. 8.5. But yeah, that doesn't come up.
I was about to say 9 because I don't know.
They are pretty close. It's 8.5.
I
All
thought
right.
it was math because you have to reduce fraction.
Yeah. All right. So it's a whole note, takes up the whole measure. Looks like a whole. There it is. There it is. Same. Okay, we were talking about this. So this is actual question number 16 on the test. Is it a quarter rest? Is it a half rest? Is it a
Number
whole rest?
B.
Nope. The half rest is a hat. It sticks up. Upside down,
It's a whole rest.
whole rest. Now, anything called whole, how many beats is it going to last?
4.
4. Takes up the
4.
whole measure. When you see it in real live music,
That one's good.
that's what it looks like. They put it in the middle of the measure. They don't put anything else in the measure. It takes up the whole measure, so it has to get 4 counts. And 4 out of 4 is the whole thing. Okay, now here's where you see the hat rest, half rest, and the whole rest. So the way to remember the half rest is it looks like a hat. Here's a way to remember the whole rest. See stick dude? If he's not careful, or she, gonna fall into the hole. See how it's a hole in the ground? Or a
I
hole
thought
in
you
the
were gonna say
floor?
void.
What's that?
I thought you were gonna say void.
Same.
Void. It's a void rest. No, it's a hole. Look out. Kindergartners don't know what a void is, but they know what a hole is. They fall in holes all the time because they don't look where they're going. Yeah, so that's the hat rest. Half rest is the whole
Why do you
rest.
gotta call him out like that? Why'd you call him out like that?
You think kindergartners know the word void?
I did when I was a kindergartner.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did.
You might have.
thought you
Not too
did.
many know that. Okay, should I call out 7th graders? All right, so it gets 4 beats because it's the whole measure. All right. This is some of the trickiest stuff, and we probably won't get this far. Well, we might. We might get this
16
far.
notes.
They
I
are
tried
16.
learning it in 5th grade, but
Yeah,
we didn't get this far.
Yeah, drummers have to learn this stuff. But horn players,
No!
wind players usually don't get that far in 7th grade. We might. You never know. The answer has to be 4 16th notes because it's the only 4 choice there. All right, Io, or Mia, or let's see who else is here. Josh, how long do 4 16th notes last?
2 beats.
You think? Io, do you know?
2 beats because 1 E and a 2 E and, right?
1 E and a.
I thought it was triplet.
No, that has a 3 over it. Triplet
Oh.
has a 3.
So
1
1
E
E and
and
a 2 E and. Okay.
Where's the 2 E and a? 1 E and a. It gets 1 beat. In order to have 1 E and a 2 E and a, you have to have 2 sets of them. 1, 2, 3 E and a, 4 and. 1,
Oh, okay, I get
3
it now.
E and a, 4 and. 1 E and a 2 E and a would be 2 sets of them.
2, 3 and a 4 and. Okay.
Yeah, so that's just 1 beat. 4 16th notes get 1 beat. All right, that is the whole thing. Like I said before, if you didn't do very well, you ought to go back over it. It's right here. Annotated means there's notes in there. This just says come to a class, which you all did. This is the actual test. So you can look at it. It's not accepting submissions yet. Oh, and because I'm looking at it like a student, I don't. Oh, maybe
How do you look at it then?
maybe
if
you
you
can't
cannot?
even preview it. I thought you could. Oh well, you can't look at it. But like I said, the test questions are embedded in that first, in this thing. These are rhythms you can look at to practice because eventually you will be called upon to play rhythms. So those of you that already know this stuff, you can start practicing how to play these. They start out pretty easy. You notice this is 1st grade.
Can I practice in the drums?
Yes.
On it?
Yeah. And then the next one is harder. It goes up, I think, through third grade. It doesn't do fourth grade because it doesn't have 16th notes. It might even be, I think it might be third grade. Let's see. Yeah. So this starts out easier, but then see, it's got whole notes, whole rest, half notes. And the way you clap long notes is you just keep the sound going. Like, for instance, this whole note here, you don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, because that sounds like you have rest in there. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get to that later.
Mallets. Mallets I need. I already have drums, so I just need mallets.
Well, you can roll during it. You go brrrr, count to 4 and roll. Okay? Gotta tell my phone to shut up. All right. What else?
Disrespectful.
Say that again.
Rude.
Oh, my phone is on.
Yeah,
the
why
teacher-
didn't you tell her to shut up? Why didn't you say
Just
to
gonna
be
bag it
quiet?
and tag it now. All right. And like I said, this is for the benefit of those that don't know any of this stuff. This is good YouTubes that show you the same stuff over and over. Down here, the rhythm trainer, that's for practicing how to clap rhythms, how they go. But this stuff up here is all about, let's just take a look just for a second. Yeah, see, they show you it's the same stuff I just went over.
Word.
Mia, you're so quiet. Your speaker is not moving.
All right,
Oh,
thanks for coming, guys. I'm done.
Yo, move your keyboard.
my keyboard?
Move your keyboard. With
Can I
these
stay here?
mechanical
Here.
keyboard.
Who can I talk to?
Hey, some of you, I didn't know you were here. Don't leave yet. I got to stop presenting so I can see your names.
Yes,
I
sir.
did not know you were here. Your name still isn't showing up.
I told him
Let's
to.
see, that's Mia.
Dang.
Hi.
Kyle. Who's this guy here? Who just said hi?
Yeah. And it's a girl, actually.
You
who is
know
this
me.
girl?
Exactly. Like,
That's Mia, right?
Yes, this is me. I said
What's
hi.
This one here. Can you see my screen? Who are you?
This is my name right here.
Yeah, I got you. And this guy I know. Is that okay? Is this guy Josh? Josh, say hello to me. I'm you.
Josh.
Who's talking right now?
Hi.
What's
No,
your
it's-
name?
my name is just hello.
Say it again.
Joshua.
Okay, so who's the other one? The other girl?
This is me.
There is no other girl.
Oh, that's a boy. That's a girl. Who's being mean to me? Let's click on that.
But there's a girl in here? I only know a girl named Mia. No one else.
Okay, so what's your name?
Gio.
Say it again.
Gio.
What's your last name?
Chicken.
Come on, I want to take attendance.
Holben.
Giovanni Hoban.
I hate you, Mia.
Okay, we go by Gio.
You too, boo.
I hope you die.
All right.
I don't
Thanks for coming to class, children. Bye.
No, I'm not leaving.
I have a question.
My keyboard's loud. I'm not leaving.
I have to stop recording.
So I have a question though.
Okay, what is it? Hang on, let me stop recording.
Okay.
Eh,
You still recording?
Your
Oh,
face.
God.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to tell it to stop.
There's a little
I was
recording
joking.
button in the corner.
I was
There's a recording
joking.
button.
Make a